everyone, Randi here with Active for Life Online. Today we're going to be talking about some stretches for those stiff, sore, tense shoulders. Don't forget to hit subscribe because I'm going to be adding new videos every week, different stretches and strengthening exercises that you can do quickly and that are low impact every week. So today we're going to be doing some stretches for our shoulders. Your shoulders are an interesting joint because they are a ball in socket joint, which means they have almost unlimited range of motion, at least a healthy shoulder does. So you should be able to move your arms straight up, straight out, going back, and all around. So when these muscles get really stiff and tense, which they tend to when we spend a lot of time sitting at desks or on the couch or in that hunched over your phone kind of position, they really need a lot of stretching and a lot of strengthening. So today we're going to do a little bit of a stretch for these shoulders. So I want you to find a comfortable spot. You can do these sitting in a chair or on a couch if that's more comfortable for you, or find a spot on the floor. We are going to be doing some where we are going to get right down on the floor, but I will show you how to do some modifications for that while sitting in a chair. So starting with sitting up nice and straight, pulling your shoulders back and down, lining those ears up with those shoulders, tucking that chin in so that you're in a nice posture position. I want you to check where your pelvis is depending on how you're sitting. Your pelvis is shaped like a bucket here, and you want to be keeping it at a nice neutral position. So not tip too far forward or tip too far back. So get that into a nice neutral position and get yourself comfortable. So I want you to start by bringing your arms up over your head, breathing in nice and deep, and bringing them back down. Make sure you stay within the range of motion that's comfortable for you, wherever you're feeling that stretch. Don't try to push your joints ever into a place where they're not comfortable being. And down. We're going to do one more like this. And down. All right, we're going to bring one arm up. We're going to give it a little bit further extension and a stretch through the side there. And bringing it back down. And the other side, stretching it out over your head, stretching through your side, and back down. All right, and roll those shoulders back. Give them a good couple rolls here. And rolling them forward. And let them relax. All right, so you're gonna bring one arm up across your body and pull your elbow in close so that you're stretching out between your shoulder blades. If you give a little bit of a lean to the side there, pointing your hand down, you can get just a little bit of a deeper stretch. And coming back up, shaking it out, and to the other side. Now we're not holding these stretches for too long. Everyone's tolerance on holding a stretch is different. So you want to make sure that you stay within your tolerance. When you are working towards flexibility, the longer the hold, the better. But you don't want to go into that point where you're like feeling uncomfortable and it's getting painful. So I'm only holding these poses for a short second so that we can kind of go through them all and so that nobody's holding too long feeling uncomfortable. All right, now we're going to bring our right arm up over our heads and we're going to reach down so that you can touch your shoulder blade or as close as you can get, and bring the other arm up and pull that elbow gently backwards. This is stretching through the triceps here, which that might not be part of your shoulders, but you know, everything is connected. So when your triceps are tight, your shoulders will feel tight. And give it a little lean to the side there. And coming back and lowering it down. And bringing the other arm up and leaning it over and coming back up. Okay, so now if you can, move down onto the floor. If you're doing this in a chair, I'll let you know how to modify it. So we're gonna do some tabletop stretches now. So if you're sitting in a chair, we're gonna be doing some cat-cow moves where we're going to be arching through the back and then pressing and rounding the back. So when you're on the floor, this is gonna look like this. Whereas if you're sitting in a chair, I want you to just press it forward and then round it back out, okay? So, in whichever position feels better for you, if you're on your hands and knees, make sure that you've got your arms just underneath your shoulders and your knees about hip width apart. I want you to let that stomach hang down low, rounding in your back, pushing your tailbone up to the sky. And then coming back down, really round out through those shoulders, push in through the hands there, and coming back down. Now I'm gonna get you to repeat this a couple times, moving at the pace of your own breathing. So breathing in, rounding out, breathing out and rounding down. And repeat that a few times. This is giving your spine some good mobility, as well as stretching out those shoulders. And do one more down, and come back to neutral. All right. Now another variation you can do on the arm press one, which that's a good way to do it if you're sitting in a chair. But if you're down on the ground and you want to try and get a little bit of a deeper stretch, you can reach your arm up, twisting it open, and then bringing it back down, threading it through, and laying down on your shoulder. This gives a nice deep stretch through. And coming back up, round it back up, reach tall, and bringing it back down. Now again with the other side, reaching up and back down and resting. Feels so good and relaxing, I don't want to move. All right, and coming back up. And relaxing them. Take your time when you're stretching out your shoulders. There's no rush, no need to go fast when you're doing this. For the next one we're going to do, you're going to want to find yourself either a yoga block, or if you don't have one on you, a stack of books works just as well. All right, so with your stack of books in front of you on the floor, or if you're sitting at a desk with that stack of books either just up on your desk, or if you have a little bit better flexibility, you can just use the desk and sitting in your chair for this. You're gonna bring your hands together, place them on top of those books, moving yourself back far enough, and just bringing them, your head down low between your arms, stretching them up. Depending on the range of motion that you need, you can add books or take away books, whatever feels better for you. And just breathe. And come back up. If you want to make that a little bit more of an intense stretch, get yourself a little closer, placing your elbows down. Get into the position here. And then dropping down nice and low again. And breathe. And coming back up nice and slow. All right, and roll them out there a little bit. So when you're doing these stretches, you can also stretch out your neck, move your neck around as much as you can, whatever you can do to release the tension here and bringing yourself nice and open. Now, another good stretch that you can do to stretch out your chest muscles is if you have a doorway nearby, put your arm up against the doorway, elbow bent at a nice 90-degree angle here, and then step into that doorway, pulling your shoulder back just gently. And you'll feel the stretch through the chest muscles here. And then switching sides, of course. It's always a good idea to stretch out those chest muscles as well, because when you hunch and you're always curled in on yourself, these muscles get very tight. Another way you can do this is by bringing your arms behind you and stretching them out, pulling your chest open and relaxing it. So those are some good basic shoulder stretches to help get you started, to help relieve some of that tension and that pain that's building up in those shoulders, along with some strengthening exercises to hold those in position. You're going to be able to stand taller, and you're going to relieve a lot of tension and stress and anxiety and probably headaches, jaw aches. There's so many ways that our posture can negatively affect us if we don't care to keep it strong. So that's all I've got for you today. Make sure that you come check out the website, www.activeforlifeonline. I have lots of good resources up there for you if you are looking to start your fitness journey, or if you're just looking for something a little bit different. You can follow me on Facebook at Active for Life Online, or you can come find my Facebook group, Fitness Challenges to Get You Active for Life. I post a new fitness challenge every month to help get you moving, get you motivated, and keep you accountable. So for March, we're focusing on posture, and we're going to learn how to sit up nice and tall. So come and join me there. Make sure you hit subscribe and save this video for later if you need a little bit of extra inspiration. Stay active, my friends. Bye.